Hi, I'm Ron Reagan. MeidasTouch has asked me to share a few thoughts with you about democracy, the ongoing threat to our democratic republic, and what we need to do about that. So, democracy. As Winston Churchill put it, it's the worst form of government, except for all the others. Our democracy, well, it remains a work in progress and very fragile. As he left the Continental Congress, having helped draft our Constitution, Benjamin Franklin was asked, well, do we have a monarchy or a republic? A republic, he replied, if you can keep it. And that's where things get a little tricky. Franklin and the other founders recognized that the gravest threat to our republic was internal. Demagogues and grifters could game the system. They could delude a gullible, misinformed public, seize power, and once they had power, cling to it indefinitely. Sound familiar? On January 6th, 2021, a mob of thuggish yabos smashed their way into our Capitol, assaulted police officers, and attempted to disrupt the certification of Joe Biden's electoral victory. For the first time in 220 years, there was no peaceful transfer of power.
To a few of us here today, this is a solemn and most momentous occasion. And yet in the history of our nation, it is a commonplace occurrence. The orderly transfer of authority as called for in the Constitution routinely takes place, as it has for almost 2 centuries, and few of us stop to think how unique we really are.
And who was ultimately responsible for this ugliness? Who lit the fire under that mob? Why, the sitting president of the United States, Donald Trump. That's who. But he had lots of help. Only a handful of Republicans offered any meaningful rebuke. The rest of them, a supine, spineless bunch, they quickly fell into line with the huckster-in-chief, trumpeting his big lie about a stolen election. There's a name for people like this. Traitors. Don't shy away from it. A traitor is simply someone who betrays. These grasping, gutless GOP goons like Jim Jordan and Mo Brooks and Kevin McCarthy, they've betrayed their oath to defend the Constitution. They betrayed their nation. They betrayed every notion of decency. And they've betrayed you by consistently, constantly lying to you. And they think you're too dumb to notice. They need to be held accountable. And that's where the January 6th Commission comes in. Last Thursday, they began to lay out in clear, stark, compelling detail, not just what happened on January 6th, but the concerted, deliberate, months-long plot by Trump and his allies in Congress and the media to illegally subvert our democracy and overthrow our duly elected government. And this is where you come in. Your nation needs you to pay attention. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the Commission will continue presenting its findings. Tune in as much as you can. If you can't watch live, you can always watch the highlights online or in replays. All the major network, cable and broadcast, are covering this. Well, all except one. Which is that one? It begins with an F. It's the Fascist Network. That's close, but not quite. Phony news. I'm getting warmer, but oh yeah, I remember. Fuck the news. Let's just do propaganda. You can tell if you've landed on fuck the news. You'll see a guy named Tucker Carlson, and he's going to have a face like this. It's a little like he's struggling with the concept of conscience or just wondering where he hid his testicles. Don't worry, Tucker. Don't bother. You never had any to begin with. So that's the deal. It's simple. Pay attention. Take this seriously. Re-elect these Trumpist big lie Republicans and kiss goodbye honest, fair elections and the rule of law, and take it from somebody who's visited countries without a rule of law. You don't want to live there, okay? Thanks for your time. I'm Ron Reagan, still not afraid of burning in hell, but very worried that our democracy might go up in flames.